Welcome to the news on the hour, as brought to you on the Advent Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN Television. I am Rachel Ibun. The ACNN TV has rebranded from Anglican Cable Network Nigeria to Advent Cable Network Nigeria. Also unveiled its new logo and dedicated the new state-of-the-art studio at its new head office, St. Matthias House, Gudu District, Abuja. The primate of all Nigeria, His Grace, the Most Reverend Dr. Nicholas Oko, and other dignitaries graced the occasion. Charles Philip Wakolam tells us more.
Advent Cable Network Nigeria. To the glory of God. In the name of the Father, Amen. The Son, Amen. And the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The ACNN TV has successfully rebranded its name to Advent Cable Network Nigeria, unveiled its new logo and dedicated the new studio and offices in an event which took place at the St. Matthias House Auditorium in Gudu, Abuja.
That is how this station was able to get off the ground.
It was presided over by the primate, His Grace the Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, assisted by the incoming primate, Most Reverend Henry Ndokoba, and other bishops, including the management board.
The main portent of this new offensive, to which the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion cannot afford to ignore, is televangelism and social media.
Some other dignitaries were also present, such as Mudube and Folorunsho Alakija, heavily represented by Mrs. Iyabo Oloruntoba, head of Human Resource Famfa Oil. The event unveiled the Mudube and Folorunsho Alakija studio and the other offices.
It has helped to open up our church the more, that people who felt that our church was not in the forefront of the proclamation of the gospel have come to discover that we are deeply rooted, committed, and dedicated to proclaiming the love of Christ, to all men, to all people, and not just indigenous to Nigeria alone, but across the globe.
ACNN television has come of age, and it has come a long way, and we want to thank God for the great transformation that we are witnessing today, from hither to a porter cabin to a grandiose place that we have now. So we want to thank God for the vision of the primate of all Nigeria.
I think that the new environment provides you a better place that is conducive for this kind of business, which is broadcasting. We're looking forward in future to see the ACNN on certain kinds of cable channels. The market there is quite huge, that if the ACNN gets in there, more people will find the need to use the ACNN to market their products.
One of the things that is giving us joy is to see that it's a young person, at the helm of affairs in ACNN. So we as Anglican youth, we are very excited, we are happy, because it shows that young people can also lead well in other affairs of life.
We thank God that we are doing greatly, and we see that in the near future, this would take the gospel of Christ to other parts of the world, other parts of Nigeria, and also help the Anglican Church grow in leaps and bounds.
We have been able to change the name of Anglican Cable Network Television to Advent Cable Network Nigeria Television. That is to give us some kind of mileage with other cable television, as well as those people who are already established and they are on other popular platforms. Our next step is to move forward in expanding our viewership, both in Nigeria here and in diaspora.
We can only plead with people that, as we have always said, this is a missionary field, it's an evangelism field, so people need to support ACNN wholeheartedly through our monthly subscription. People can send money to ACNN every month. for as low as 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. A lot of people are doing that. So it's free viewing for now. A lot of people have always asked why we are not on DSTV. We are working on that. It takes time. It takes time, and these are the processes of moving to DSTV. So we want to thank the Primate for this opportunity. He has always been supportive when we tell him this is what is new in town. So, and he's always ready to do that. And the incoming Primate too has also shown a level of commitment by being present at this dedication and opening. So we want to appreciate everybody. ACNN is coming up. It's becoming the best. Our programmings are going to be changing gradually, and we are going to be in some level of advancement in what we are going to be doing. We appreciate everybody, and we say that we'll keep reaching out to the world through the undiluted word of God.
Charles Philip Wakolam, ACNN TV News.
Nigeria youths, most especially those of the household of faith, have been admonished to raise and defend their future by being actively involved in activities that will help them take control of their future and desist from wasting their time and life on social media. This was the admonition of the Bishop of Akoko Edo and also the chaplain of the Youth's Anglican Communion, the Right Reverend Jolie Onyakpe, in an interview with ACNN News correspondent Nwanne Ogechuku in Abuja. The cleric also called on Anglican youths to stop from jumping from one church to the other and remain dedicated to the church in order to assess the promise of God concerning them.
Esther was ready to take the risk, and she declared, if I perish, let me perish. God is waiting for youths that are ready to take the risk of standing for him. It doesn't matter what people are saying or doing. God is ready to help us, but we must stand upright for the truth so that we will be useful instruments in his hands. God has a divine plan and purpose for us as a nation, Nigeria, and even as a church, the Anglican Communion. But he will not come down to do it. He needs instruments, human instruments, to be able to achieve this purpose. And our youths must be ready to make themselves available. We must stand up in any corner we find ourselves and say, only God must be glorified and only God's name should prevail. In the political cycle, let our youth rise up. Not just by talking, not by Facebook or by internet. Rise up by saying no to corruption and all the manipulations of these wicked people. We must rise up to say it is our time, and let us take our destiny in our hands as a nation.
The Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has ordered the Department of State Services, DSS, off the trial of Omoyele Sowore. According to a statement by the Special Assistant to the AGF on Media and Public Relations, Mr. Umar Gwandu, the order is part of deliberate efforts to probe emerging issues related to the recent imbroglio in Sowore's case and for speedy dispensation of justice. The Attorney General's move follows the outrage sparked by the manner in which the DSS has handled the matter, particularly Sowore's rearrest. Before the DSS stormed the court in a bid to rearrest Sowore hours after releasing him, the agency had come under criticism for its delay in releasing him on bail. Mr. Gwandu said the request for the transfer of the case to the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice was contained in a letter dated and addressed to the Director General of the Department of State Services, National Headquarters, Abuja. The Senate has begun moves to regulate health insurance in the country in a way that will allow poor Nigerians access to quality health care. According to the upper chamber, this can be realized by seeking the establishment of the National Health Insurance Commission. The upper chamber, while considering a bill for an act to repeal the National Health Insurance Scheme Act 2004, said the passage of the National Health Insurance Commission Bill 2019 under consideration by the National Assembly will guarantee the effective implementation of the country's health insurance policy. According to Senator Ibrahim Yahaya Oloriegbe, APC Kwara Central, the bill is about every family in Nigeria, as it is manifestly clear that it is poised to positively affect all Nigerian families. He added that, amongst other things, the bill seeks to boost healthcare delivery in Nigeria, provide robust, affordable and sustainable financial mechanisms for health, and reduce the high mortality rate across the country. Oloriegbe further stated that the NHIS Commission bill, when passed into law, will strengthen the implementation of the Basic Health Care Provision Fund provided for in the National Health Act 2014 and enacted by the 7th National Assembly under the leadership of Senator David Mark. We now go on a short break. News on the hour. I'll be right back. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. Thanks for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at ACNNTV.com or youtube.com/ACNNTV. And to be up to date with our news and other programs, download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to the international scene. The Anglican Church of the Redeemer, Regina, and members of Adot Region 1, Kana, is set for the first ordination of 3 clergy in the region by the Right Reverend Olukayode Adebogun, Bishop Adot Region 1, Kana, Canada, on Sunday, December 15, 2019, at Rosemont Anglican Church. Evangelist Ebenezer Badewa and Dr. Polycarp Eriowo will be ordained deacons, while Reverend Simeon Kote will be ordained priest. Boris Johnson said he will work night and day to repay the trust of voters after he led the Conservatives to an historic election victory with just 2 seats left to declare, the Tories having a majority of 76 votes. Speaking in London, the Prime Minister said it was a mandate to take the UK out of the EU next month. In a victory speech, Mr. Johnson told activists that it was a new dawn for the country, echoing comments Tony Blair made when he won power in 1997. He thanked Labour voters, many of whom he said had backed the Conservatives for the first time, saying he will lead a people's government and fulfill the sacred trust placed in him, adding that, "I am humbled that you have put your trust in me, and I will never take your support for granted."
And I'm grateful once again to the people of Uxbridge and South Ruislip for returning me to serve you. It is an absolute privilege to do this job and to work for you. And I thank once again the police, the council, everybody who's worked so hard all night to count for us, the returning officers. I thank my fellow candidates in all their glory, Lord Buckethead, and others, Elmo and others. Forgive me if I don't identify them all. But above all, I want to thank the people of this country for turning out to vote in a December election that we didn't want to call, but which I think has turned out to be a historic election that gives us now, in this new government, the chance to respect the democratic will of the British people, to change this country for the better, and to unleash the potential of the entire people of this country. And that is what we will now do, and if we are lucky enough to be returned, as the exit polls seem to suggest, then that work will begin tomorrow. Thank you all very much.
New Zealand police has deployed divers to look for 2 bodies near White Island volcano after 6 bodies were retrieved in a recovery operation. The volcano erupted with 47 people there as 8 people were missing on the island. presumed dead, while another 8 have already been confirmed dead, and around 20 remain in intensive care with severe burns. Police said the search for the 2 remaining bodies will continue, saying the recovery of the bodies from White Island, also known by its Maori name of Wakari, was delayed over safety concerns for the members of any search operation. Speaking to reporters after the bodies were retrieved, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said questions over why people were allowed to visit the active volcano must be answered and will be answered. And now to sports news. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola cancelled Christmas for his first team stars as they were banned from attending the club's festive party, which took place at a city centre venue. Guardiola is keen to avoid any festive slump like the one which threatened to derail their treble hopes last year. After last year's celebration, City were surprisingly beaten 3-2 at home to Crystal Palace and then lost to Leicester 4 days later. They eventually recovered to successfully defend their Premier League title. And with City currently 14 points behind league leaders Liverpool, Guardiola has taken action to avoid a similar slump by banning players from this year's bash. Shandong Luneng midfielder Marion Fellaini has ruled out a January move to Tottenham amid rumors of a reunion with former boss Jose Mourinho. The Belgian currently plays for the Chinese Super League, whom he joined from Manchester United in February, 2 months after Mourinho was sacked at Old Trafford. The pair developed a close relationship during their time at Old Trafford, sparking rumors Mourinho would seek to bring him to North London. Fellaini scored 7 goals in 22 appearances during his debut campaign in China as Shandong Luneng finished 5th in the table. And that's it on the news on the hour. Thank you for watching. I am Rachel Ibunu.